Welcome to Alchemical Sattva. My name is Lee Howden. I am not a trained professional. I am a voice actor who is taking the time to cultivate and share a moment of peace and stillness. Please do not use this while operating a motor vehicle or other heavy machinery.
Thank you for joining me today in today's episode. I wanted to do something a little bit different. Instead of a guided meditation, as I've previously done on this channel, I wanted to do something that demonstrates that meditation doesn't just have to be, I'm sitting here with my eyes closed for 30 minutes to an hour or so, however long. I wanted to show meditation as something active, as something you're doing, because a lot of things that I hear that deters people from meditation is just how there's nothing to do. The thing to do is nothing, and that drives people crazy. They're like, I need something to do. I need something in my hands. I need to be active. So this is one way to have a more active meditation. This technique is called automatic drawing. I forgot it for a second. It's called automatic drawing. And essentially what this technique does is it helps one, for those who are artistically inclined, such as myself, it helps you find your style of artistry. Because not everyone is gonna have, everyone's gonna press their hand into the paper differently. Some people are gonna be more heavy-handed. Someone's gonna be very light-handed. Some people are, everyone's body is unique. And because of that, the art that they will produce is equally unique. So this just helps you find what your style is. And the way it does that is it just helps connect you to your subconscious mind. And I'll explain how during the process, but the more you practice this technique, you can just sit down eventually and be like, I want to bust out this. And you'll bust out this, it does some really incredible stuff if you really take the time to sit down and with it. So for this automatic drawing, I'm just going to use a basic ballpoint pen. And my composition notebook. It used to be a dream journal, but now it's for my guided meditations. I really just want to show that this doesn't need to be anything fancy. You can do this with whatever you have lying around. A pencil and the paper bag from a grocery store. Whatever you have, it really does not need to be anything fancy. Or it can be something fancy, I've done automatic paintings with watercolor, and some of them have become some of my most favorite paintings. So I'll probably show that process in a later video. But for this, what you're going for is just what feels nice. That's literally it. Just what feels nice on your brain. And I'm just gonna start going in with some scribble scrabbles. It doesn't need to be anything crazy. But right now, I kind of have this shaky feel kind of going on. So I'm gonna play around with that. And I just want it to go this way. I'm not particularly sure why, but we're rolling with it, It's just And now I'm just kind of like feeling a little swoop. Getting in that scribble scrap, just that, and then get a little swoop in there, you know? And there's no right or wrong way to do it. It's, for me, like when I'm going through this process, it just feels like pins and needles, just zzz, like a buzzing on my brain, and I'm just chasing that feeling within my own brain as I'm doing this, you know. And for you, you know, you're probably not going to have a very eccentric experience such as myself when you're going through this. So, you know, whatever comes out, and that's the point. There's no right, there's no wrong. It's just getting it out on paper. And like right now I'm still like wanting that like scratchy, like that I had going on earlier. But I'm just really like keeping that scratchy shapedness isolated to a spot like that. And you know, I'm just kind of like creating branches or tendrils. I'm not really quite sure what it is, but putting it on paper. And then all of a sudden I just felt really inspired to just like get a spiral in there. Because like counterclockwise spirals, why the fuck not, you know? And then maybe a clockwise spiral, because we're not trying to go insane. Apparently that's a something. I don't know what that is. Kind of looks like a little guy. It's got a little eye, I guess. I don't know what that's supposed to be. Like I kind of saw like a guy with like a really big nose out here with a collared shirt. But now I'm kind of like seeing this like really big skinny worm kind of doing that Rick and Morty like duck face, like that bloop bloop, you know? And now I just kind of want to like do something like going over under the lines. Botanical, apparently. That's what I wanted, going over, under, over, under. Oh shit, would you look at that? That same like scratchy zigzag pattern I had kind of going on up here earlier on is just now kind of becoming like, kind of looks like a wood grain to me almost. This is not, now I'm starting to get out of like automatic drawing, and I'm just drawing, and this isn't really like the best example of what automatic drawing is, so I'm just gonna stop there. But like this is a very fun technique for me, and I wanted to share it with you guys. And you know, like, just it's really fun for me to see just where I start off with, how it just keeps going into something else and more and more and more, and until I start actually drawing something like a tentacle going over and under some wood structure. I don't know, I haven't defined that quite yet, and I probably won't, but it's a really fun technique, and you can do some really like elaborate like stuff with this too. This is just an older what is it? What do I call it? A sketchbook of mine. This whole thing started off as an automatic drawing, and it was really just like doing scribble scrabbles. And I'm like, okay, I kind of want to do some scribble scrabbling over here. And now I kind of want to do some scribble scrabbling over here. Do I feel it over here? No, I'm not feeling it over there. And then at some point, it just kind of started taking shape. And then it stopped being an automatic drawing. It was this scribble scrabble pattern I had going on. And I just started scribble scrabbling. It started taking shape, and it stopped being an automatic drawing, and it just became this. Whatever this is. Octopus, eyeball, mouth thing. I don't know. But it's just, we can just do some really cool stuff with this. And yeah. Thank you for joining me on this video. If you liked it, leave it a thumbs up. If you like this video, be sure to leave a thumbs up, subscribe, comment, and as always, stay blessed.